Hi all, and welcome back to the Scuba Diver magazine YouTube channel. My name is Marcel Vandenberg and I'm a PADI Platinum course director. In this video today we're going to be focusing on the second most important attribute to have to become a more successful diving instructor, which is passion. Passion is extremely important to make people excited about what you're teaching them. So we're going to give you some great tips today. Don't forget, this is part of a series where we focus on 6 of those best attributes to become a more successful diving instructor. So don't forget to check out all the other videos as well. Alright, if you really like this video, please give us a big thumbs up in the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And also, if you ever want to become a diving instructor yourself, you can actually contact me by my website that you can find in the description below. And every month I teach people how to become diving instructors. So let's chat about your future. Last but not least, in the description below you will also find 2 links of my personal YouTube channels, Marcel Vandenberg and Scuba Diving Tips, where I give some fantastic training tips for dive masters, instructors and also recreational divers. So don't forget to check that out also. Now, without any further ado, let's get into this video and let's find out why passion is one of the best attributes to have to become a really good diving instructor. So number 2 of one of the best attributes a diving instructor can have is being passionate. There are so many different attributes out there, but passionate must be very high on the list in becoming more successful. And again, you know, being passionate about something is not, I think, something you really can learn. It's not something you can read in a book. I mean, some people can inspire you to become more passionate, but it's one of those attitude things again. You know, some people have that in them. And if you are a nice person, so you already have that positive energy, but now you like something, you're gonna have a passion for it, and you just want to share that with the world. Like, for example, you know, somebody might be really passionate about, you know, video games, and they might be talking to another person who's not so passionate about video games. I'm actually a little bit, besides a diver, a bit of a nerd when it comes down to video games, and trust me, I had my shares of people saying, oh my god, that's for kids, you know, and you're a course director, you shouldn't play video games, that kind of stuff, right? But the thing is if you're passionate about that video game and you're going to be talking about that, even to people that are not passionate, like I just said, even those people start to become, I never thought about it that way, and maybe that game is cool, or maybe I'm going to try it out later. I'm probably not going to tell anyone, but maybe I do want to try it out now. So being passionate about something is very catching, and it's very inspiring for other people to become passionate now as well about something, or at least want to give it a try when they do it. A great example for this in good or bad teachers, or less good teachers, you know, I had this physics teacher in school, and as much as I did like physics to a certain point, because of all the science fiction behind it, you know, again, a bit of a nerd, so I love the whole Star Trek, I love the whole Star Wars, and that's where physics and stuff really comes into play. But when you go to school, I've learned that you don't learn instantly about, you know, building warp drives and visiting other planets, which was a bit sad. You have to kind of start with those basic equations. And the first physics teacher I had was not passionate at all. So it was very hard, not only for me, but for others to learn and to want to learn. You know, when we got home, nobody wanted to do that homework, right, for physics, because it was so boring. We started with the fun stuff first, and then usually we got so tired of the fun stuff that you sometimes didn't even do your physics homework. But then we got a replacement. So that physics teacher, he got sadly though, he got a bit ill, so he had to be at home for around 6 months. So we got his replacement physics teacher, and he was like so passionate, which was amazing. And he really talked with stories as well, which I think really works well. And then what he did, he kind of sort of like, every time we had like a boring equation that somebody didn't understand, he kind of sort of like I got a cool story behind it, and did related it sometimes to, okay, not now guys, but this is the start of one day maybe building that engine to go to other stars, if you guys think that's cool, right? And all of us were like listening like this, and that made us do their homework the first thing when we got back. We were talking about it in our own spare time, and a lot of us not only got really good grades, but some of us even continued with physics for the rest of their career. So it was very inspiring for people to even change their careers. And you can see this passion thing is for video games. It's for teaching physics, but it's for everything. That's what I want to say. You know, if you're working in a restaurant and you're going to explain passionately about that plate, that dish that's now on the menu, then people are just want to eat it, you know, and they're probably going to like it better. In diving, are we passionate? Are you passionate right there? I think you are. I think we are one of the most passionate people when it comes down to a certain topic. I mean, it's extremely rare, I guess. I'm just going to press on the button for the battery, which was kind of funny. Are we as divers passionate? Of course we are. I mean, we are one of the most passionate people out there. Think about it. Are we passionate? Of course we are, as scuba divers. I have rarely met in my life a scuba diver that hated fish. It's like, you know, you come back from a dive, it's like, oh my god, guys, how was it? Wasn't that fantastic? And this one person sits there and goes like, I hated it. It's like, oh, why do you hate it? Were you a bit scared of the current or something? Because there was no current, it was crystal clear, it was fantastic. No, I saw a bluefish, I hate bluefish. I don't think that that happens a lot. Of course, there's always a hater somewhere, but even divers with the worst attitudes, they still really love fish and they love corals, you know, and try to turn that passion then by talking about it with your students. So if you feel that you're an instructor that's not so outgoing like some instructors are, and people are sometimes maybe a little bit more bored with you than maybe with somebody else, then you don't have to start learning all these jokes and stuff. That does help. We're going to talk about it soon, but just be a bit more passionate. And share that passion with your students, you know. Sit down, open up that fish book in the end of the dive and just talk to them and say, guys, did you recognize any of that fish that we saw today? Like, which one? Oh, I recognize this one. What's that? And you go, oh, that's a cool fish. It's called a triggerfish. And they go, oh, triggerfish, yeah. And then instead maybe about going all these horror stories that you hear out there, like triggerfish, they hurt you and they attack you, whatever. Maybe just say that it's a bit of a grumpy fish. You know, it's a really cool fish, but a bit grumpy sometimes. And you know, if you get into his territory, he might chase you out. But if you show it respect, then it will just do that for a moment. And then later, you know, you swing around, you see him again, and he might not be so aggressive anymore. And you can really enjoy one of the most beautiful fish that are out there. You know, telling these stories to people, I love to hear that instead of instantly, oh, that's a triggerfish, you know, we don't like them, they can attack us. Come on, you know, you're a lot bigger than that fish. So it's how you share that passion with your students, which makes you different as well as an instructor. Learning a little bit more about this fish, you don't have to be a scientist. I mean, just some cool little stories, you know. Some fish, they change sex. Some fish, they eat specific things, which is really cool. There's all these cool, really symbiotic relationships between certain creatures on the water, between shrimps and fish, or even different species, anemones, and the clownfish, the Nemos. You know, just Google it. Just Google a bit of that information. You love to watch it anyway yourself, and on the dive boat, just share that information with them. And people are gonna eat it up like the best sandwich in the world. When you're passionate as well, try to look people in the eyes too, because the eyes they stream that passion, and then you can see again if it's real or not. You know, some people try to fake passion a little bit, but it doesn't always work that well. Right? You do have to be passionate about it. I love personally night dives. Night dives are one of the best things for me, and I always had a very high continuing education where people after the open water course like to do the advanced course as well. And there's of course a lot of different reasons why so many people like to do the next course. But one of the biggest ones that I've always heard was when I told my night dive story in the open water dive course. My adventure, my experience, what I feel when I go on the night dive. People say I absolutely love to listen to the story. They love to. They feel that they're there. They feel that they're on that night dive. And I always say, like, we're landing on another moon, on another planet. And that just makes people go, oh my God, I want to go to another planet. I can on this night dive. I have to just do one more course or something like that, and 2 more days I can do it. And people want to do it. But then in the end, when we do it, a lot of them, they do come up extremely happy, or sometimes even a bit of a scream here and there, or even a tear. I've seen happy tear, because you really gave them that passion as well. And that's another video later again where I'm going to give some tips about how to do certain dives a certain way for people to feel that they're in this movie, in this adventure, with a beginning, a story, and an end in the end as well. But that's for a video another day. So anyway, I don't want to talk too long about this passion. Again, I can talk about passion forever, but I think you got some really good examples that passion is very, very important. And remember, that's not the hardest one for us, because we're already passionate. You just have to tell your students this. So if you want to make a little bit more money as an instructor, if you're trying to get people to do the next course or to do the equipment, then don't do it for the money. Nobody wants to get sold something. Just share your passion about diving, liveaboards, night dives, what's out there, what's new, what's more, how can they enjoy it even more. And then of course people want to have that and want to follow you. So you become more successful, they become better divers, win-win situation for all of us. Now remember, if you like these videos and these tips, then please smash that like button, because it's going to help this video to move up with Google and rankings, which means that more people can see this video, and that means that we can give these tips to more people as well. Plus, it's just a personal compliment. I kind of like seeing that little like number going up. So thank you very much for that. But even more importantly, don't forget to subscribe to this channel by hitting the subscribe button and hitting that notification bell. That's really important, because then you get a notification for every time we upload a video in the future. So that's really cool. But even more important to me, like I said, I love to be around students and teach students and improve on things myself. And I know that you guys have fantastic tips yourself that really work well for you to become more successful. So there is a comment section down here. So please leave a little comment. If you liked it, say I loved it. If you didn't like it, say, oh, I didn't like a certain tip. That's okay too. And maybe I can reply on that, and we can see if we can learn from each other. But even more important is if you know something really cool, then please put it in the comments below, because not only other people can learn from that, but I can learn from that as well. And I love to always improve my skills as a diving instructor also. So that will be awesome. Now, to finalize this, I know there's a lot of information, but if you want to become a diving instructor yourself, so you're watching this thinking, should I become a diving instructor? Then again, I teach monthly IDC courses. So in the description below, I have a link of my website. Please check it out. Lots of cool information on how to sign up for the course, and then please get in contact with me through that website by sending me an email. But you can contact me also by things like WhatsApp, Messenger. We can call each other. Send a postal pigeon or do some smoke signals. I don't care. I am ready to chat with you and to discuss your future becoming a diving instructor. So don't forget to check out that link. And then last but not least, don't forget I have my own private YouTube channel as well, which is Marcel Vandenberg for the professional videos, and scuba diving tips for recreational videos. So those links are down there too. So please check them out, and please hit that subscribe button on those channels as well. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you Scuba Diver magazine as well for allowing me to use your channel to share these tips with everybody. And guys, by far one of the best scuba diving magazines out there. So if you haven't checked out Scuba Diver magazine, please do so. You can do it online or a paper version. And of course you can find those links down here also. All right, everybody, enjoy diving, enjoy teaching, enjoy your students, and become more successful. All right, bye-bye.